Hello, dear students. I'm teacher Mary Maurice. I will be with you all this year for studying science of primary and prep stages. Our lesson today is from Prep 2, Unit 1, Lesson 1, the periodic table. First of all, I'd like to tell you about your syllabus this term. We have 3 units this year. Unit 1 is talking about periodicity of elements and their properties, and Unit 2 talking about the atmosphere and protecting planet Earth. And Unit 3 is talking about fossils and protecting species from extinction. Let's start the first lesson this year of Stage Prep 2, Atoms of Elements Classification. Atoms of Elements Classification. Let's start with today's lesson is the periodic table. If I have some candies or some accessories for girls, some socks and sandwiches, all of them put together, and I would to tell you, try to classify these matter and tell the concept you can use. So, oh yeah, excellent. I see that every one of you can classify these items into categories that are similar in one thing at least. That's what's meant by classifying elements. So, let's start with what does element mean? The element is composed of atoms that have the same atomic number. As we see here, we have an atom which contains positively charged protons and neutral charged neutrons inside the nucleus, and outside the nucleus there is energy levels which have electrons. Okay, so we can notice that everything around us can be classified. And we find that pure elements at room temperature can be solids, liquids, and gases. And some are colorless, others are colored. So, scientists classified elements according to their properties in order to facilitate their study and to find the relationship between elements and their chemical and physical properties. Okay. And by increasing the number of discovered elements, as we said before, scientists try to classify these elements to facilitate their study. The most important attempts are Mendeleev periodic table, the second Moseley periodic table, and finally the modern periodic table. Let's study the Mendeleev's periodic table. Mendeleev periodic table was the first real periodic table for classifying elements. And at this time, you should know that only 67 elements were known, but now known. Okay. What the concept that Mendeleev classified these elements? How? He arranged elements of similar properties in vertical columns, which were known later as groups. As you can see in this figure, these are groups, vertical columns known later as groups. So what else? He also arranged elements in an ascending order to their atomic weight from left to right in a horizontal rows known as periods. Let's see in this figure. So these vertical columns known as groups and these horizontal rows known as periods. So as we said before, that Mendeleev periodic table was the first real periodic table have made. But can you see? Mendeleev arranged the elements according to their atomic weight, ascendingly from left to right. As you can see here, the atomic weight increased in non-uniform way on moving from left to right. How? If you see this element, sodium Na, with atomic weight 23. The next element is magnesium with atomic weight 24. So the increasing here in the atomic weight by 1. So the next element is aluminium, and the ascending order, the increasing ascendingly from left to right was by 3. So here the increasing by 1, here the increasing by 2, the increasing again by 1, the increasing again by 3. So this is non-uniform way increasing in atomic weight. وده عمل لنا مشاكل كتير في البريودك تيبل ده. Okay, Mendeleev periodic table so have some advantages and maybe some disadvantages. Some advantages that Mendeleev periodic table occurred, that he left gaps for the elements that will be discovered later, as you can see here. So شايفين there is gaps in the periodic table. Okay, دي كانت حاجة كويسة عملها مندليف for the element that will be discovered later after him. So زي ما احنا قلنا كان في only 67 elements were discovered. طب والباقي لما اكتشفناه هنحطه فين؟ عشان كده هو ساب الجابس دي. Okay, he corrected the atomic weight of some elements which estimated wrongly or which calculated wrongly. He can correct them. This from the advantages. But in disadvantages of Mendeleev periodic table was disturbance occurred in the ascending order. And he had to deal with isotopes of an element as a different element. Why? I wanna ask you why he had to deal with isotopes of an element as a different element. And the question here is what is meant by isotopes? What do you know about isotopes? Let's see. If you have an element X here, this symbol represented by the atomic number, and this symbol here represented by the mass number or the atomic weight. And as you know, the atomic weight equals the summation of number of protons and the number of neutrons inside the nucleus. So, number of protons are fixed number, doesn't change. If it changes, it will be next element, okay? it will be different element. So the number of protons are fixed, but the number of neutrons may be different. If number of neutrons differs, so the mass number or the atomic weight will be exchanged, but with the same atomic number. This is called isotopes. An element have the same atomic number but different in the atomic weight. So نرجع للسؤال بتاعنا. Why he had to deal with isotopes of an element with as a different element? Because Mendeleev periodic table depends on the order ascendingly according to the atomic weight, not the atomic number. The atomic number will be fixed, but the atomic weight هو اللي بيتغير. فاعتبروا الisotopes as different elements. Okay. The next point. He had to put more than one element in one cell. Do you know why? Why? As you can see in this figure, he had to put two elements in one cell due to the similarity of properties of these elements. Due to the similarity. Okay. The next periodic table is Moseley periodic table. زي ما احنا متعودين في scientific search طبعا دايما ان لما يجي يحصل بحث علمي في حاجة معينة ويجي مثلا العالم ينتهي من هذا البحث او يتوفى ويجي اللي بعديه مش بيلغي اللي عمله ويعمل هو حاجة جديدة، لا هو بيكمل على الشغل اللي عمله. إذا كان في نظرية قالها مثلا مختلفة العلم الحديث أثبت خطأها فبيصلحها، إذا العلم الحديث أثبت يعني صحتها فبيحاول ان هو يكمل عليها بأفكار وحاجات حديثة أكتر منها. فجه العالم موزلي ما لغاش اللي عمله مندليف، ولكن هو بس عدل بعض الأفكار أو بعض الكونسبت علشان يقدر يعمل periodic table to classify elements again. Moseley arranged elements in an ascending order but to their atomic number, not the atomic weight. And this is the correct. From left to right in horizontal rows, known later as periods. Okay? What does Moseley do again? Else, he added zero group, which includes the inert or noble gases. Okay. And what else? He specified place below the table for lanthanides and actinides. Okay, so Moseley arranged elements in ascending order to their atomic number from left to right in horizontal rows known later as periods. Number 2, he adds zero groups, which include the inert or noble gases. Number 3, he specified place below the table for lanthanides and actinides. Let's talk about the third attempt for classifying elements is modern periodic table. Scientists had discovered the main energy levels of the atom. زي ما قلنا هو كمل على القديم مش لغى وعمل حاجة جديدة. فهو لما كمل قال يا جماعة ده هو فيه كمان حاجة اسمها main energy levels للأتوم and they are 7 in the heaviest atom. يعني مفيش أكتر من 7 مستويات بتبقى حوالين الأتوم. As we can see here in this figure, this is the nucleus. Have protons positively charged